Welcome back to part 2 of our interview on the red couch. Now, you left the Army realizing that that wasn't what you wanted to do. Is that right?
Very true. Yes, law enforcement, it just kind of fizzled out for me, that being in the Army and being really engrossed in, I was a military police officer in the Army. And yeah, I was pretty much over it.
Yeah.
I was over it.
Well, luckily you figured it out early.
Yeah, early enough.
So you went from the Army to moving here to Sarasota.
Well, Army took me to Korea. And from there, I went to Virginia, North Carolina, a bit of a stint in Virginia, Seattle, Washington, and then my husband, who I met was when I was in the Army, retired. And where do most people, as you're aging, decide to retire to?
Right here.
Florida. And so that's how I ended up here.
And then the next thing was jewelry making. I don't know. I think I need to keep a list of what you haven't done because it would be shorter.
Yeah, that whole Leaping Tall Buildings is still on the list. Yes, I fell into jewelry making. I was married. My husband said, work if you want to. I don't care. And I was bored. And I started reading craft magazines and craft books. And I came across how to design jewelry. And I thought, I'll try it. And I did, and I started making pieces, and eventually my friends and family said, we won't take anything more unless we can pay you for it.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, I'll replenish my supplies. And somewhere along the lines, my husband said, why don't you go into one of these boutiques and see what they think? And I did, and it was a boutique in Punta Gorda. I walked in with 16 sets of earrings, necklaces, and bracelets. She purchased everything and said, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Wow. And that started my jewelry business.
Wow. Now, the jewelry business ended. And then was that what led you to Modern Hippie Mag? I'm trying to follow all your different
a little bit. In the course of designing jewelry, I started doing more research. I wanted to learn about my vendors. I wanted to know where my supplies were coming from. And the more I did, I became so discouraged because the jewelry business can be a very dirty business with what we do to the environment as we're mining for gems or for metals. And the more I started to do that, and it was along the same lines, I started to look at my life course and what I was doing for my health. And the process of coming out of jewelry because the economy was starting to die. What do I want to do next? What do I want to do with my life? And I'm also on this eco journey. Maybe I can try and find what that next step is going to be as I'm on this journey. And so I went online trying to hone my corporate skills. Maybe I'll do that again. And I came across blogging. I didn't know what a blog was. I had never done it before. So I started blogging and just talking about my experience. And then as I try a new green product, I'd write about it or what have you. And within just a few months, I said, you know what? This is not just my story. This is not just my journey. Obviously, other people are doing this too or have the same thoughts. And so maybe I'll put it out there and see if anyone has an interest to contribute. And I did. Social media, I learned Facebook and Twitter, and I reached out and people found me. My then husband was a writer, so I said, please, would you write for me? And I had other friends, please, would you write for me? And next thing you know, I have contributors all over the world. I have 6 or 7 editors who write with me, and they're part of my editorial team. We're a tribe of modern hippies. And that wasn't something that was planned. It just kind of happened.
That's amazing. That's really fun. I was peeking at it online. There's so many different like subject matters, and there's the woman who does eco beauty, and there's a whole bunch. What are the other topics?
Well, we try and cover just about every aspect of your life. So the editorial calendar that we really try and stick with, environment, media, technology, beauty, fashion, family, food, and fab finds. When we find a product that we absolutely positively love and we want to tell everybody, well, then we have a whole section for that too.
Kind of like O's favorite pics.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
Maybe you can mention this red couch.
I love the red couch.
You know, the most interesting thing to me is that you said that from an outsider's point of view or from a friend's point of view, people that know you might think, wow, this is a difficult time for you, a struggling time for you because so much has changed in your life. But you said that you're actually the happiest that you've ever been. Surprisingly enough, yes, I would say that people that know me, close friends and even family, they've seen, the rise and fall. And I would say, yes, from their perspective, I'm on the lower end of this whole journey that I'm on because, no longer the big house or the fancy cars and things like that. But I've definitely learned that I'm a minimalist and I love not being attached to stuff, but also I'm the happiest that I've ever been because I'm the most comfortable with who I am as a person, with the many things that I've done and the things I dream to do. I feel very, very content. And so for me, that's my own definition of success. Well, you led me right to my next question, which is, what is your juicy secret to living a happy and successful life? Well, we have certainly talked about this. And I remember initially I thought, I don't have anything juicy. Other than I think what works best for me is being able to let go and not take things so seriously, but also I've always been a control freak and being able to do that and feel so very good about it. It's my secret. It's my secret for being able to be good and be okay and also to be a bit more open and share that. I think we could all use that. I think so too. Jazzy, I am so delighted. I can't thank you enough for being a part of this. Oh, it's my absolute pleasure.
Thank you for joining us
on the Red Couch.